Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to FEDIL Industry Days 2021. My name is Angela Lumauro. I'm FEDIL's advisor for European Affairs, and together with my colleagues Céline Tarob and Gaston Traufler, who you will meet very soon, we are your hosts for this high-level event. Indeed, FEDIL has been selected by the European Commission to organize a local event under the umbrella of the EU Industry Week. At this point, we would like to express our sincerest gratitude for our sponsors Fayot Assurance and BNP Paribas for supporting FEDIL Industry Days so generously. Under the heading A New Industrial Strategy Shaping Europe's Digital Future, Nourished by Talents, Driven by Data and Reinforced by Trust, we kicked off our event yesterday with an interesting discussion on technological sovereignty and strategic autonomy. We also had the opportunity to discuss how to nourish an industrial strategy by digital skills and STEM skills. And I am sure some of you also enjoyed our workshop on data literacy, knowledge management, and the space sector. If you have missed it, don't worry, we will publish the replays on our website very soon. Now, as for yesterday, you are invited to participate by sending your questions and comments via the chat box underneath this video stream. Just scroll down and you will see the chat box. You just need to type in your question and comment or press send. An email will then directly be sent to us and we can then directly address your questions to our speakers. Also, I would like to tell you that we have simultaneous translation for you. Just make sure that you click on the right button in the bottom right corner integrated to this video stream. There is a little icon with a headset. And you click on this little icon with the headset, you will then see appear whether Français for French, English for English, or FLO for the original version. Today's program includes a focus on a new industrial strategy reinforced by trust. As our president said it yesterday, we must continue to mobilize our efforts and raise awareness and inform our companies as well as their employees on the risks associated with cyber attacks and the benefits of preventive measures. Therefore, we produced a captivating mini-documentary featuring CEO testimonials and expert comments. Later, Maître Astrid Wagner from Arendt and Medaner and Mr. Philippe Ponte, CFO from Groupe Fayot, will be interviewed on cyber insurance. To conclude, the High Commissariat for National Protection, represented by Frank Lieser, will give us a sneak peek on the National Cybersecurity Strategy 4. But first, we have prepared a session on a new industrial strategy driven by data. We will showcase the potential of industrial data, robotics and AI through company profiles. Also, we will host a panel with high-level speakers from the private and public sector represented at national and European level. Now, to start day 2 of FEDIL Industry Days 2021, we have the great pleasure to introduce you to our keynote speaker. By recently reviewing the organization chart of the various services of his ministry, he stressed the importance of Luxembourg's response to challenges such as digitization, innovation, internationalization and sustainable development. But also, he created a new Directorate General to take more account of the European context and thereby send an important signal regarding the links between Luxembourg and the EU's industrial strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Minister of the Economy, Mr. Franz Fayot, for his keynote speech on the industrial policy in the digital area. Mr. Fayot, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to address you this morning in the context of the FEDIL Industry Days and to be with you, albeit in virtual and in digital form. This shows how relevant today's topic is we are, and it has become a commonplace to say that, in an age where digital platforms and the convergence of digital technologies are transforming our lives, the way we communicate, the way we live, and the way we work. And I would add that because here in Luxembourg we have done our homework in the last years, because we have an excellent infrastructure and skilled people in this field, that we have been able to live through this episode of the pandemic, at least economically, in a relatively unscathed way. Because I'm addressing a European audience today, I think it is important to say a few words about how Luxembourg is today positioned in an ever more connected and digital world. Well, it is not by chance that Luxembourg has been selected by the European Commission as the digital backbone. Under its Digital Pole initiative, the Commission is grouping many of its digital services in Luxembourg. In fact, many of the data of the Commission is stored and treated in our highly secured data centers. It is also not by chance that we are hosting the Euro High Performance Computing Agency, which is overseeing and managing the new 2 billion euro HPC network in Europe. And we have, of course, developed our own high-performance computing capability in the form of Meluxina, which will soon go live here in Luxembourg and which will be a very strategic tool in our future data economy. Over the last decades, Luxembourg's government has done its homework by investing heavily in digital infrastructure, connectivity, and data storage. The result is today that we have a top-notch IT infrastructure paired with a highly skilled workforce. In 2018, we published our first and current data-driven innovation strategy, which anticipates the digital transition. The strategy recognizes innovation and data as the key drivers for future economic growth. This strategy document itself provides a vision and a path forward to shape the digital data economy. The main challenge consists in enabling the use of general-purpose technologies such as AI, coupled with Internet of Things, smart components, systems and networks, HPC, and big data analytics to drive future growth. I was invited today to speak more specifically about how a new industrial strategy should shape our digital future. To do so, one first needs to ask, what is our digital future? That is at the core and at the heart of this second day of the FEDIL Industry Days. Our Luxembourg digital future, I am convinced, will be one in which digital data, technologies and platforms will transform all key sectors of our economy. It will also be one in which digitalization and connectivity will underpin the green transition of our economy. Our digital future will also accelerate the emerging circular economy and rapidly open up new opportunities for our companies across all our strategic sectors. To imagine and craft this digital future, one must also have a vision of where we wish to go. And in this context, I would like to share with you the visions of my ministry. Over the last months, taking stock of the lessons learned from the COVID-19 crisis, which has seen a huge boost in the use of digital tools, but also in the investments into digitalization, as we could well see in the context of our Neustart COVID subvention grant instruments in the Ministry of Economy, and also the ambitions and priorities announced by the European Commission, we have completed and updated our strategy. This reworked strategy includes insights from current global megatrends and proposes specific measures to both better anticipate some of the challenges that might confront our economy and position Luxembourg to take advantage of future opportunities in the coming decade in key identified strategic sectors, including Industry 4.0, clean tech, health tech, logistics, space and financial technologies. To be a little bit more specific, the strategy is based on 6 building blocks. There are 3 vertical initiatives which target certain specific sectors and industries. The first one is about accelerating the digitalized economy for societal benefit. Behind this catchphrase lies a very strong focus on the health tech sector, which has gained traction in Luxembourg over the last year. The second axis is to drive the digitally enabled circular economy transition, which is where the onus is on the clean tech sector. And the third one is developing resilient strategic value chains, which we have learned during the pandemic are ever more important in today's world, and in which Europe is also investing quite heavily. So this third point is about logistics and high value added logistics. Added to that are 3 horizontal objectives and initiatives which cut through all sectors and underpin the vertical actions. It's firstly about enabling a secure and trusted data economy transformation. Here, the focus lies on cybersecurity, which is of course key when we talk about the digital transformation. The second one is about ensuring a sustainable digital transition, where we are talking more specifically about reducing the environmental footprint of the digital technologies. The third one is providing a supportive investment environment and instruments to achieve competitive sustainability, and here we are again addressing the regulatory framework for the circular economy, which is key if we want to push that development. The strategic paper is now in its final elaboration phase and will be submitted very soon to the Council of Government. The ambition here is clearly to build on existing digital strength in order to tackle future environmental and societal challenges. This strategy, of course, substantially integrates elements of the national strategy on AI and elements also of the National Energy and Climate Plan. It allows a comprehensive whole-of-economy response. Because we are in a European forum here and in a European initiative, it is important to also say that in the European context, the new strategy leverages the joint efforts of the Council, the Commission and European agencies to chart a comprehensive European recovery plan. It integrates measures to address 2 key European Union and Luxembourg ambitions, which are the transition towards climate neutrality by 2050 and leadership in the digital revolution. It is my strong belief that this duality, the digital transformation of industry along with the green transition, can and will play a central role both in accelerating the recovery of our economies post-COVID-19 and in positioning Luxembourg for the future in a longer term. Luxembourg is today, and I would like to stress this, Luxembourg is today the first European Union member state to align and translate the twin union goals of climate neutrality and global leadership of the digital revolution in a single transformative national industrial strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, Luxembourg is not an island, and we are more keenly aware of this now more than ever in the context of the pandemic and in the context of closing national borders, something that my generation has not seen so far. We fully recognize that the world around us has changed since, beyond all recognition, since the financial crisis 2008, the ensuing sovereign debt crisis, and now the current health pandemic. The reality is that our world today is far more complex and competitive than before, and is changing at an unprecedented pace. The COVID-19 pandemic revealed some of the challenges, in particular geo-economical and geotechnical. we have all become aware how globalized our supply chains are and how important it is to re-onshore certain strategic industries and to also have more local, more regional supply chains. I would like to emphasize a few points. The first point is that the ongoing digital transformation of our economy is happening at a scale and speed that brings huge opportunities for growth and jobs in Luxembourg. But that will only be the case if we are prepared, if we are best positioned to participate in and accelerate this digitalization, in particular in the industrial sector. I would like to give one example that is, I think, an excellent example of what we can achieve in the field of industry combined with technology. Goodyear has invested $77 million in Luxembourg in an Industry 4.0 technology right here in Luxembourg, in Dudelange, in the manufacturing sector. And it has proven that what can be achieved in partnership between the government and industry. This new tire facility of Goodyear fits perfectly with our vision to transform Luxembourg into an internationally recognized platform for industrial excellence through innovative solutions. Second, my ministry also recognizes the potential of digitalization to make products, processes and services more circular, to monitor and protect our environment and to optimize how energy and other resources are used more efficiently. In this regard, the Ministry of the Economy has already supported and will continue to support projects in these fields. One example is the Big Data-enabled Luxembourg Circularity Dataset Initiative, an initiative that has already gained international traction, is on the radar of the European Commission and is also raising keen interest in international industry. Third, the digitalization of manufacturing, and with it the possibility for endless customization, opens up the potential for developing new strategic value chains and re-onshoring strategic industry in Europe. This convergence of digital technologies with traditional manufacturing, combined with a circular economy strategy for our value chains, will enable our industry to harness the movement towards sustainable manufacturing and more regional value chains. Finally, our emerging data economy and the digitalization of key strategic sectors will have to be built on security and trust. For this, Luxembourg needs a secure open cloud connected to its European Union partners for trusted exchange of data and services. The Luxembourg Open and Secure Cloud will be compatible with the German Gaia X initiative and the European Federated Cloud initiatives in terms of interoperability, compatibility and trust. To accelerate its development, my ministry is preparing the participation of Luxembourg's industry in the forthcoming European Federated Cloud and in the important project, the IPSE, on cloud infrastructure and services. In summary, our new industrial strategy, which is being completed as I speak, will shape our digital future by ensuring that Luxembourg continues to become the most progressive and attractive digital and data economy environment within the European Union. We will also continue to work towards becoming a future European leader in the sustainable green transition, to become a more resilient economy in the face of strong headwinds and global megatrends. This dual strategy both presents immediate opportunities for our companies to accelerate out of the recent challenging environment, whilst also positioning Luxembourg for future economic prosperity in the longer term. In parallel, Luxembourg's strategy ensures a citizen-centric response by also focusing resources on addressing our most pressing societal changes in sectors ranging from health technologies to mobility and security. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure addressing you today. I wish you further very fruitful exchanges and would like to thank you for your attention.